has it changed over the last, say, 100 years? Has the golf swing changed? I don't think it's changed at all.
As long as we have 13 sockets and joints, the body's got to work the same way.
Right.
You know, Hogan said years ago in an article that to him, the fundamentals were in all the great golf swings.
Right.
And there weren't any difference in the fundamentals. It was just that different body stature, height, mannerisms would make a golf swing look different. But all the great players possess the same fundamentals, and it's the triangle we talk about.
Yeah, and it's not, you're not talking 60 or 70%, you're talking 100%. I've seen the pictures, I've seen the things. It looks different because, like you said, we're all different shapes and sizes, but the golf club has to be in a certain place to strike the ball to where you're looking, period. In certain places, we'll say, in a certain area. It can't be it has to be there, and every great player that played for more than an hour had that.
Oh, absolutely.
Every one of them.
You cannot hit a golf ball with an angle.
No.
An angle causes the ball to curve.
We have enough angles just playing golf, period.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
why put more in?
But we want the natural hinges of the elbows, the natural hinges of the legs, the knees when they shift, the hips working natural.
So you're allowed to move back and forth in the golf swing. Just up and down is bad, but back and forth or into the right and up to the left, like I like to feel it, like you've taught me, first of all, it's correct. It is an athletic motion. Call me crazy, but golf is an athletic sport.
Right.
So I always tell people you're allowed to move side to side, you just can't move up and down.
That's correct.
And that's
correct. And it's actually just a 6-inch shift. It's just the motion where your left knee breaks towards your right. You know, I've got a letter that Hogan wrote where that was one of his keys. He felt that his left knee, he tried to touch the inside of his right knee. Now, as soon as he did that, the right leg was resisting. So all he did was create a coil because he had resistance.
Right.
So his shoulders would coil and his legs resisted for an recoil.
And it comes from the ground up.
And it comes from the ground up.
Right.
So one of the really things I look for in the golf swing is to get the connection in the arms to the body. We talk about that a lot. We'll talk about different ways of feeling it. But if you set up correctly, your hands in relation to your shoulder joints or sockets would form a V or a triangle. And this is something that I've always taught.
Right.
That when I look at a golf swing, I look to see how many angles they have compared to the triangle. And if you look at all the great players, they have the triangle when they start, they have the triangle at waist high. At the top of the swing, when their elbows hinge down, it's a triangular shape. The triangle's right back to impact. You have the same triangle on the left side, only it's the left elbow hinges, but it's still the triangular shape. And then when you finish, the elbows down and together, there's your triangle, and you bring the club around and set it down, and it's where you started.
Lo and behold.
Right, and if you let this left elbow go here, look at the angle you created and the curve you can put on the ball.